creepiest cartoon characters. Now, these characters in the video just need to be put on an FBI watch list. But yeah, these characters, bro, I don't know. They just take being obsessed with somebody even further. And it's just gotten to the point where it's just genuinely creepy. So take the first character, for example, Sarah. Sarah did the most to stalk Gumball and Darwin. Like, she made this entire video for them to watch. And it was disturbing, to say the least. Even when I was a kid watching Gumball, I was left speechless by this video. That my one brain cell, when I was 8 years old, couldn't take it. And here's what happened in said video. She literally showed up to their house, was in their goddamn bathroom when they were showering. Like, seriously, that's insane. She was watching them change from outside with the little binoculars in her eyes. Like, how does this video not creep anybody out? She even tried on their clothes and started, like, dancing around in the room, doing a little tap dance. Like, this is insane work. Even nuzzling their heads while they sleep, literally recording them sleeping. And has an entire wall in her house with photoshopped marriage photos of Gumball and Darwin, both marrying her, not just one of them. Just the two of them both in the image. You just put their paper heads on it, and that's it. Called it a day. And of course, when Gumball and Darwin were finished with the DVD, this was their reaction right here. The episode is called The Fan, but I don't know. I think it should be called The Stalker, because this shit is insane. I'm sure there's plenty more examples of Sarah being a complete stalker, but the video that Gumball and Darwin watched in that episode speaks enough. Like, I don't know how they didn't get a restraining order in the episode, because that's what I would have done. I would have walked up to Larry Needlemeyer's bitch ass and asked for a restraining order. Next, we have Glenn Quagmire. Yeah, I don't even think I have to say anything. There are so many moments. Like, I could sit here and say, next we have Glenn Quagmire, end the segment, and everybody would be okay with it. Like, where do I even begin with this dude? This dude married a giraffe. And they had a little Glenn Quagmire giraffe baby, too, walking around, too, like 9 months later. Like, what the hell? That John was so cursed, bro. Like, what even was that thing? Like, this dude is just a complete hornball, like, 24/7. Like, there's a whole video on YouTube about Glenn Quagmire being for 10 minutes. There's like a whole compilation dedicated to this. Yeah, I don't even know how to explain this screenshot, but basically Peter, Joe, and Cleveland, they were launching apples at this truck, and this is what Glenn was doing.
Wayne, we want candy!
Hey, Quagmire, aren't you gonna get in on this?
Kind of got my own game going on over here.
Bro, we'll use that shit as an oxygen mask, bro. I'm done. This dude's over here breathing in every particle, bro. This dude is not suitable to be a regular Joe Schmo citizen in society. Like, this motherfucker needs to be locked up immediately. Like, this scene right here is just, what the hell? He just basically reaches his foot out to Meg and puts it in her mouth. She wakes up and he said, "Didn't mean to wake you." And then this dude dated his friend's daughter. Like, bro, went on a whole ass date. Like, I don't know how Peter's sitting here letting this shit slide. But yeah, I have a life and I'm not trying to sit here all day and talk about Glenn Quagmire, so we're gonna move on. Because I definitely could go on for days about this dude. Next, we have the Test sisters, Susan Test and I don't even remember the other sister's name. But they were so obsessed with Gil. Like, I don't know what video I mentioned it in, but I mentioned it. Turn themselves into vampires just to get with Gil. Like, it's honestly insane. Like, the amount of lab experiments they've done to try and get with Gil, off the charts. That's like what they spend their spare time doing, I guess. Just trying to get Gil to love them back. There was this one episode, they showed up to his house, hid in one of the bushes, and gave him, like, this fortune cookie, which apparently the whole thing was supposed to come true. And the whole thing was to try and get Gil to kiss them. That was the whole point of the fortune cookie experiment, and of course it backfired. And if you're still not convinced, look at all the pictures in their lab. It's like a whole Gil sanctuary. They got like 50 pictures in this, John. And then they even have their very own Gil mask. Like, this level of simping needs to be studied. And then they even made Gil cookies. This needs to be studied itself in a lab, bro. Like, what even is this? And basically why they had all this stuff out is because it's their annual holiday. It's called Gil Fest. It's an entire weekend for them dedicated to Gil. And during this festival, then they even showed Johnny their very own talking Gil toothbrush, where they recorded audio of him. I don't know where, but when he was talking into the toothbrush, where they got the audio, he said, "Are you recording this?"
Wait, are you recording this?
That was the audio that came out of the toothbrush. So I can only imagine where they got it. And when they found out Gil was moving in that very same episode, they started screaming and breaking down. Like, the level of simpery here is insane. Next, we have Sierra. Now, the fact that she was already in the characters with no aura video should already be a red flag. Like, you're already in severe aura debt, and you're creepy as hell. Like, it's just not looking good. I had to mention Sierra in this video again, because I found more moments in Total Drama where Sierra was just being a creep. Like, she literally sniffed Cody's shoe. When I watched Total Drama, I hated this character, and I'm sure everyone's in the same boat. Like, every scene with Sierra in it when I was watching, literally, I was already weirded out as soon as she popped into the scene. Like, they even played this weird, eerie melody behind her, like, popping in on screen. And she knew so much about Cody. Literally way too much. And I literally talked about this in the last video. She literally tucked in a picture of Cody on her phone. Literally tucked that shit goodnight, bro. Like, what the hell? Me personally, if I was Cody, first day I saw Sierra, I would have dropped out of the contest, bro. I would have eliminated myself. Like, she was literally a Cody stan, bro. She reminds me of Sarah from Gumball. Like, she knew way too much about Cody. Even saying, like, in 2nd grade, he won, like, some hurdle contest. Or, no, he didn't win. He got a participation trophy. How did she know that? And he was in the 2nd grade. Like, what are you doing digging for info about somebody from the 2nd grade? Like, what the hell? And just the way she spoke about Cody was just so creepy. She called him my little Codykins or something. I don't know. It was weird as hell. But next we have Johnny Bravo. Like, yes, he's got some nuts sometimes, and other times he's weird as hell. Like, he's just down in the trenches, bro. I don't know. He's probably one of the most down bad cartoon characters. This dude was simping over a nurse that he just saw. Like, dead ass. Talking about a let's play doctor, bro. Like, no one is playing doctor with you, Lo, bro. He just gets rejected so many times just because he's so forward. And then this dude literally sprinted after a nurse, like cartoon style ass run. Got on the ground and said, "Nurse, help me, please." Bro would literally do anything for a date. Next, we have Herbert from Family Guy. Do I even gotta say anything? Bro's trying to lure Chris Griffin into his crib with popsicles. Well, of course, not really popsicles. You know what he's alluding to. He's about to throw a Diddy party in that John. And then he's talking about, get your fat ass back here when he left. Like, bro, you gotta better bike your fat ass away from Herbert. This dude needs to be locked up, and when he's locked up, he's not even gonna survive a day in jail. And then this is one episode, I think that it was like a murder mystery type of episode where they find out who's the killer. He said, "All right, everybody, keep your pants on except for Chris." Then he pulled up to his window, bathroom window. Chris was doing the little woo muscle man ass signature move, and then there's Herbert in the window looking at him. There are just way too many examples, and the amount of times he's left a message at the Griffin house asking for the quote-unquote paper boy, which is Chris, is off the charts. Like, this dude was literally in love with Chris Griffin, which Herbert is on a walker and is an old-ass man, by the way. Next, we have Pepe Le Pew from Looney Tunes. Yeah, this one's out of left field, I'm not gonna lie, but Pepe Le Pew was crazy. He kind of reminds me of Johnny Bravo. Like, he had a lot of confidence, but too much confidence. Like, this dude's going up to this other skunk and kissing her, like, a bunch of times. Like, bro, what are we doing? And this other skunk, she's trying to run away from his ass, and he's, like, holding on to her tight. Like, bro, let it go already. You got rejected. Move on. I feel like he's like Johnny Bravo, but worse. Like, this guy's in the trenches. It's no longer Johnny Bravo. He's the one in the trenches. But yeah, that's it for creepiest characters. I'd say the creepiest character in media's got to be Quagmire or Herbert. But watch this video right here about the biggest meat riding cartoon characters. Go right now.